Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashlyn. I'm a 27-year-old stay-at-home mom. We are in a very frugal season of life. I make lots of personal finance and budgeting content, so if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, I would love it if you would subscribe. So I've been seeing lots of mid-year reset videos going up from a lot of the creators that I follow here on YouTube, and while I wasn't planning to do one of these videos myself, it did cause me to go back and look at my goals just to see how I was doing. And as I was looking at those, I started to kind of reflect on how my year's been going and what I want the rest of the year to look like. And it just got bigger and bigger. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna film a video and talk it all out with you. So here we are. That's what we're doing today. My initial goals video was, I did it at the beginning of the year. It was fairly short. I didn't have a whole lot of financial goals that I set just because I knew the kind of year we were headed into, and it definitely has been what I was thinking it would be. So we're going to reflect on our goals, but I want to kind of take it outside of the financial goals a little bit. In that video, I definitely really focused on the finance side of things and then a tiny bit of personal, but I'm just gonna open it up and we're gonna talk goals in general, what I want for the rest of the year, what I don't want, and yeah, let's jump in. So first things first, let's talk the goals that I set. So first up was pay for my husband's master's degree debt-free. We wanted to graduate debt-free. So we are almost there. He's just about to sign up for his final semester. So once he's done that, we'll pay for it and it will officially be done, paid for, debt-free. He won't graduate until December, so we can't really check that off until the end of the year. But as far as the financial side of it, we will have done that here in the next month or so. He's just waiting for some review of some kind before he can actually sign up. So that's what we're waiting on for that, but we do have the money set aside in an account. So I'm half checking that one off. Next up was to have a fully funded emergency fund. This year has been tough financially. Just a lot to fit into the budget and not a lot of money to accomplish it with. So we have dug into our savings a little bit here and there. And while it has not been a ton, I think it's $600 that we have spent this year from our savings. That is a dent. So while it was fully funded at the beginning of the year, that was just about $15,000. We wanted to have 6 months worth of our expenses. That was done, but I'm unchecking that one because we have spent a little bit of it. So we do need to refill that. And yeah, I'm not sure how or if that will happen this year. Like I said, financially, it is just not the year for us making lots of progress. We're kind of just holding things steady, staying out of debt, trying not to make our financial our financial status worse. So if you're new, my husband is working 2 jobs right now. He works his regular full-time job and then he has an internship while he's also going to school for his master's degree. I stay at home with the kids. I do this YouTube channel, which is not monetized yet, but I'm working on that. And I am pregnant with our 3rd baby, also coming in December. So it's a bit of a tight budget, but we're making it work. We're happy with where we're at, and we are very happy with where we will be next year this time, just keeping ourselves on the right path here. So that's kind of a little look into our lives if you're not familiar already. The third goal that I set, and I did set this with kind of a asterisk, I guess, was to save $5,000 for the down payment of our first home. That one I've kind of written off at this point. So we have not really been able to save much at all anyway, but we are pregnant with our 3rd baby, and because of that, we are now looking to see how we can get ourselves into a bigger vehicle. So the one we're in now is just 1 inch too small to fit 3 car seats across in the back seat. And I mean, I've researched. We have the slimmest car seats that are available on the market, and even then they will not fit 3 across. So we do need a bigger vehicle. We have to figure out how to get that. So that is replacing my $5,000 down payment goal. Now it is get a bigger car without going into debt. We're a bit at odds here about this one. So with this goal, I want to do it without going into debt at all. My husband thinks we can purchase the vehicle with some debt, and then when we get our tax return next year, we'll like pay it off quickly. But I would prefer to take that money out of our emergency fund and whatever savings we have and take care of it that way without going into any debt. But we will see how that disagreement goes. So those are my like financial goals. The last one that I mentioned in that video was kind of financial because it has to do with money, but not really. It's more of a personal goal, and that is to monetize this YouTube channel. So I've been making YouTube videos for 2.5 years now, which is crazy. And I definitely have taken like breaks in that time. Never anything like too huge, but definitely a few months at a time here and there. My most recent, of course, is when we first got pregnant, and this first trimester was rough. So I did take a bit of a break, and because of that, I did some backsliding as far as like progressing towards monetizing the channel. But I'm back on the grind and wanting to get this channel monetized as soon as possible. So really all I need to do is put out more videos and get more people to watch them so that I've got more public watch hours. It's kind of just on me. I just need to put out more videos and be more consistent with this. So that's one of my biggest goals personally, what I need to be doing for the rest of the year. So that's a big one. I'm gonna hold myself accountable to it. Another goal, I want to pick up another hobby for myself. I'm thinking I really want to make scrapbooks for my kids. I did start one once when my firstborn was a little teeny baby, like a newborn, and I think I did like 2 pages of it and have not touched it since. So I am like 3 years behind at this point, but I would love to just create a scrapbook for my kids of their lives. So that is one thing that could be a hobby. And I've also kind of been dabbling in water paint lately, and I think it's fun. I'm a terrible artist. I've never been good at drawing or painting or anything like in that realm. So it's definitely not something that I ever plan on like being very good at, but I do think it's fun and I do like to do it. So possibly scrapbooking and water painting, picking those up for the rest of the year, just so I've got more of a hobby that's just something that I like to do. My next goal is to keep up with some new healthy habits that I've been including in my life. So in this pregnancy, I was feeling really, really good before I got pregnant. And then the first trimester was awful. I ate terribly. I didn't drink enough water, just like across the board. Was not a great 3 months. Coming out of like the morning sickness and the fatigue and all of that though, I kind of recommitted myself to taking better care of my health throughout the rest of this pregnancy and kind of just beyond, just because I want to feel good and be able to like do the things that I want to in life. And so taking care of myself, I started this, it's called like, I mean, it's not really called, if you've heard of 75 Hard, it's kind of a version of that, but like the mom who is pregnant version. So it's not really even the same thing. But I saw another creator, Rachel Vin, here on YouTube that started, I don't even know if she called it 75 Mom, but that's just what I typed in my phone on my notes so that I could do it too. And it's not like really anything crazy. It's not anything monumental, but it's been really good for me, my mental health, my physical health. I just feel better across the board having started it. I'm only like 2 weeks in, 2.5 weeks, almost 3. But my goals on there, let me just pull them up. I've got them here somewhere. So my everyday things that I have to do to be able to mark off the day. Wake up 45 minutes before my kids. So that seems to be getting earlier and earlier every day because my kids just keep waking up earlier. It's like they know I'm awake and they want to be there on me when I'm awake. So right now that's 6 a.m. It's kind of teetering more towards 5:45, but waking up early, taking at least 15 minutes to myself to get ready for the day, reading every single day. Usually that is scriptures, but I mean, it really could be anything. I didn't specify. Drinking 2 bottles of water. That's not a whole lot, but I'm terrible at drinking water. So 1 workout a day, at least 5,000 steps, 130 grams of protein, and 1 picture just documenting life. So those are my kind of daily must-dos for that like 75 mom challenge I've set for myself. And yeah, it's just been really good. I have really enjoyed doing that. I feel better because of it. So definitely want to keep up with that. And I think, I mean, the 75 part of it, the 75 days, is kind of just to like give it an end date of like, all right, you achieved it. But I kind of just want to carry those on like for the rest of forever because none of them are like anything crazy that I wouldn't be able to do. So yeah, definitely want to continue with that. Another personal goal that I have is to get better at cooking. I don't know. I feel like I've been in like a weird rut lately with cooking where I just am not very inspired with the recipes that I have, or I don't know, the meals I've been making have just not been it. And I've been trying out new recipes just to like kind of mix things up, and they've all, I don't know, lately things have just not been good as far as my cooking. So I want to get better at cooking. I want to know more about food and how to prepare it and like the ins and outs of like making things taste good. So then if I have a recipe that's like mediocre at best, I can like know what to do to kind of like fix it a little, I think. So if you have, by the way, a favorite recipe, dinner, breakfast, lunch, whatever, please leave it in the comments for me because I just need some more inspiration. If you have any like tips of how to learn to be better at cooking, that also would be helpful. I've been looking at like some YouTube channels that teach you how to cook, and then some like more knowledge-based cookbooks, and I think I'll be able to get some from that, but would love your recommendations as well because we just need help in the kitchen around here. Okay, and then my last personal goal for the year is to make our house feel more homey. So we've got a new baby coming. We moved here in February, so we've been here for 5 months. That's crazy. 4 months? Something like that. But we haven't, I mean, like we've set things up. There's still some things that need to be unpacked and organized. I need to put more pictures on the walls. I want to make my daughter's room feel a little bit cuter, and we want to put together some kind of a nursery in my husband's office. So kind of just getting our house together before a new baby joins and we are, you know, busy with other things. So those are all my personal and financial goals that we've got for the rest of 2025. I was reflecting on those goals more and kind of thinking about the things that I need to do more of to accomplish those, and the things that I need to do less of also to accomplish those. So I've got myself a list of ins and outs. It's right here in front of me, so that's why I keep looking down. My ins for the rest of the year. Daily time for myself. That is, I mean, kind of included in that 75 mom challenge that I've been doing, but sometimes my kids wake up so early and then I don't have the time to myself that I planned to when I woke up earlier. So just making sure that I find time to like do my own thing, not be the mom or the house care person or, you know, anything like that, but just like, here's Ashlyn doing what she wants to do. So there's that in. Also in focusing on my health, I did talk about that a lot with the 75 mom. Reading, I feel like we used to read a whole lot, me and my kids, and even just me by myself, but I don't know, just over the last like year or so, maybe it's just because I have 2 kids now and they're busy, and I don't know, we just don't sit down and read as much as we did, I feel like, when my first was younger. So reading more with my kids and just by myself. I want to continue making time with friends a priority. Since I got pregnant, I feel like this has fallen off a lot, but right there at the beginning of the year, I was really good about like scheduling time to meet up with friends, new friends and old friends, and I just want to make sure that I keep up with that because it's super good for me and for my kids, and just to like, I don't know, get out of the house and like be with other people. It's just really nice. So making time with my friends is definitely a priority. Nutrition is a priority, and organization. And when I say organization, I mean like everything. The digital stuff, the physical stuff, like I want to organize our days better, like our daily rhythms. So we've got kind of like a consistency in our lives. Being a stay-at-home mom, there just really isn't like any rules or like, here's when we go to this thing. So like I feel like I do well with having like loose plans, I guess, for what the day should look like. So I definitely want to organize our days better, and then just like, I don't know, organize like a cleaning schedule or something for myself. Just trying to make my life a little bit easier, a little bit more calm and put together, and I feel like getting organized will help with that. So that's something I'm going to be working on. I don't really know how, but I'm going to work on that. And then, so those are my ins, and then my outs. I feel like these are all like the same thing, but these are definitely the things that I struggle with. So outs: rushing, taking life too seriously, stress, and perfection. I feel like there's so many things that I just don't start because I'm like, oh, but I don't really know how to do it, or it's not going to turn out like perfect, or I don't have enough time. I want to just like let go of things. Like, it's okay if things aren't perfect. I don't need to stress about everything. I don't need to take everything so seriously. So those are the outs for the rest of the year. I'm going to focus on being more zen. But yeah, that is kind of my reflection for the first half of 2025, what I want the second half of 2025 to look like. Obviously, we will be having a baby at the end of the year, so that is gonna just turn our world upside down once again. I think there will be lots of changes all at the same time though, lots of good. My husband will be graduating, he'll be moving into his career, we'll have this new baby. Life is just gonna look very different come end of December. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what the rest of this year looks like. I'm excited to accomplish my goals and to do more of these things that I talked about. And yeah, it just has been really nice to like have a little mid-year stop, reflect, think about how things are going, and kind of take care of the things that aren't going the way that I want them to. So if you haven't done one, even if you're not making a video like this, I think it's a good idea to just look back at your goals and see where you're at, and if you want to change anything, if you want to just throw some goals out like I did, if you want to add new ones. I'm feeling good now. I feel like I'm like reset. So it's nice to just, yeah, reset. That's all I've got for the reset right now. It was kind of more of like a let's talk it out. I've done some reflecting. But if you liked this video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up. Helps more eyes find my channel. And if you're not already, please subscribe and join me here on the channel. And I'll see you again next week for another one. Bye!